Hey there, it's Katy Frid. I'm an artist and I'm making these videos to help other artists who are starting out, just to give them some hints and tips of things to think about and things to do. So last week I did a video about cards, and I have got another thing to say about cards, but I'm going to do that another time because I need to do a bit more work first. But today's video, sort of following on from the cards video, the same company that I get the cards printed from, they do posters. And so I just wanted to show you a poster that I've had printed. I sell them, if I'm sending them by post, I send them in these postal tubes. I haven't yet been down to the post office recently since the postal prices changed. So I'm not sure how much it will actually cost me to post in a tube. So I need to find that out. But this is one of the posters. So that's one of my pieces of work, and this is just an A4 poster. I also have that printed in A3. You've got to make sure that you have a really decent photograph to make the enlargement to that size and have it clear. I got mine taken professionally because although I used to do a lot of photography and I do like a lot of photography, I still don't have a really decent digital camera that can take good quality images of my artwork. So I did get somebody else to take the photographs so that I've got a good, a decent, I don't know if it's pixels or, yeah, I think it's pixels or dots per inch. So yeah, so I've had that printed. Now, the only thing I'd say is there are a lot of artists that think that if they have posters printed, it will devalue their work. And I have thought about this for a long time. And the same, I'll speak about giclee images in the future as well. But I don't think that posters devalue artwork. I think if anything, an artwork becomes more valuable the more it's seen. And if you look at all the galleries in London and elsewhere, everywhere, posters are printed. You get mini prints. That's A4 sort of size. They're selling mini prints of masterpieces. And I don't suppose that devalues the original work in any way. So I don't see having posters made as devaluing, but that's a choice that you're going to have to make and come to yourself. For me, that is offering somebody who can't afford an original something where they love the image. I've had lots of people who say they love my image, but you can tell they don't want to be paying for the original or even for the giclee prints, but they just would love to have a picture of that image. So I do say though that these posters are posters or mini prints. They are not art. I think with giclees it's more, there's an argument with giclees. It's not like a lino print or other sort of prints where you're actually physically making each one or altering each one. With a giclee print, in a way, it is like a glorified poster. But you are signing each one, and if you make it limited, then it is special in a way. I mean, in a way like buying an autograph, but you get a nice picture with it. So with the posters, I don't sign them because they are not what I would consider art in any sense, original art in any way, or anything of great value. That's what I mean, not art. Obviously the picture is art. They're not of any great value and they probably won't last. The giclee the giclee prints I do are on archival quality paper with archival quality inks. So the posters, I'm not sure. I think they're quite good quality, but they're not going to last forever. They are posters. So obviously you can have the image and you can frame it up, you can mount it, you can frame it, and it can look nice in your living room, but long term there's not going to be any value in that, and it's not signed. So that's how I've kind of got comfortable with the idea of posters and printing posters and selling posters. So they're just like a minimal value, like say £5. You can get that in my Etsy shop, and I've got a few posters there. So yeah, I think they're still good. I think they're still something that people want, and it's a bit like a step up from selling a card. So people might have bought the card, but they might want something slightly larger in a frame. And you never know, that might translate in the future to somebody buying a giclee print or an original. So I think it's worth offering that level, that price point. So that's really all I wanted to say about posters. And I'll do a bit more about giclee prints maybe next week, although I don't think I've actually got a giclee print on me.